Hi guys, welcome day 2 of the mini series Feeling the Emotions with Grace and Ease. Yesterday, you got to name the emotion you want to work on. And we got to set an intention of knowing that this is it. This is the one you're going to work on, and we're going to unravel it and build a relationship to it. So you got to, over the last 24 hours, hopefully notice a bit about this emotion for yourself. And so in our step 2 is that piece about slowing down the nervous system. So oftentimes when we feel overwhelmed by something, it means that it has happened too fast and too much all at once. And so, when it feels like an emotion is coming up and it's too much and too intense, you want to step back and observe that. First and foremost is catching it. So say it involves other people, this emotion, and they've triggered you in some way. Can you step away from the situation for a minute? This is just for now. Eventually you can do it in relationship with others, but for now, step away from that situation and say, I'm just going to go and tend to myself for a second. I'll be back in a few minutes. And go somewhere where you feel safe, your bedroom, a cozy couch, whatever, wherever you need to go. If the emotion has been triggered, maybe even at work, right? Go back to your office. Do what you need to do. Go to a safe place, to your car. Sometimes that's actually the best place. Like, get out of the building, go to your car. And you're going to move to that safe place. And you're going to be right there in the throes of that emotion. And when you're in the throes of those intense emotions, you want to use the tools to start slowing it down. And these tools are orientation. So our bodies, we are human beings. We are also mammals. We're animals. We've been wired in our system that if we are observing our environment, as we look around in our environment, this is our body's cue. We assess the threats. We assess threat. And as you look around, there's often no threat there. So if you've removed yourself, you're safe, you're in a safe zone, you get to orient. Now, when you think about orientation, we can use the eyes, ears, we can use sense of taste, touch, smell. So you're using your senses. If you are the type of person that loves tactile, you're a tactile person, then you get to feel the contact of a fluffy pillow, as you're hugging it in towards you. Like this sweater that I have on is super fuzzy and amazing. And so that's something tactile, right? That you can orient to, that you can be with in the moment. And this will slow down the intensity of the emotion going on. And so you can use your sense of touch, feeling what you want to feel around you, brings you out of the emotion in your head, brings you into the present moment. We can use our eyes for this. Perhaps you're a visual person. We can go and look at a beautiful picture of a beach. And you love this beach and you go to it every year on your vacation, and it just holds such good memories for you. Well, you can see that image in your mind if you wish. You can pull up the photos if you wish. Sometimes nature, like all around you, has that visual field, right? So the sun just came in. Right now, it just opened up and it became sunny. You can tune, and I love sunshine. You can tune into the sunshine, or maybe the air that's around you, whatever it is. So you're tuning in visually or with your auditory sense, with your hearing. So perhaps you love the sound of birds, or rushing water. And so again, using this ability to orient to the present moment, as soon as you get present, things are going to slow down in your system. We don't do this to avoid the emotion. We're doing this just to slow it down a bit so that you can observe your emotion and it's tolerable to you. That's the meaning of this. That's the goal of this. Not to avoid your emotions. It's to say, this is super intense right now. What's going to help hold me present? What's going to help me be online while I'm feeling this emotion? If it's too fast and intense, you need to bring it down a bit. And looking around to the things you love to see are going to do that for you. Drinking tea or coffee. People love hot beverages maybe. Again, that's the sense of taste, right? Really, again, sipping your beautiful, amazing, warm coffee. If that's going to help you, then great. Feel into that. Give it a moment. Set a timer for a couple of minutes. Be in the present moment. Then go back to the emotion that has surfaced. This is that second step, slowing down. I'm going to name a couple more for you. So, because in the next 24 hours, you're going to practice this. Even if the emotion is not super intense, like you're not completely floored by it, but it came up. We're going to try one of these orientation pieces, try one of these things for yourself. As soon as you get an emotion, you felt that pang of fear, for example, that whatever it is, you felt a pang of fear. Oh yeah, I felt it. Okay, great. Let me orient to my present moment. I'm going to use my eyes, my ears, my sense of touch, my sense of smell or taste. Do that and feel what it's like to experience the emotion after you get a little bit of that grounding, that stability, that coming down off of the intensity of the emotion. So that's what we're going to practice over the next 24 hours. But I'm just going to name a few. So we've got all the orientation pieces that we talked about. And we've got nature we talked about. And sometimes connection is huge. Relationships are huge. They really help us to feel centered and grounded, like we can handle things. So a loved one might be something that you really want to turn to. Who has your back, who loves you through and through unconditionally, and you know it and you feel it, right? If you have that person in your life, then that's something you can also use in that moment to slow your emotions down. And then we have nourishing activities. So some people might like to go for walks, dance, listen to music, read books. So it's potentially an activity, a hobby that you know you get into the present moment with when you're doing it. You love pottery, you love playing violin, whatever it might be. You get to do it, but with being fiercely present to it, right? Or even imagine yourself doing it and feel your presence in it. And this again will slow the emotion down. It will slow the nervous system down so that you can sit with that emotion a little bit more easily. And this might be really hard to do at first because it's new, but just notice it. Notice that it's hard or it's easy for you. It's okay, no judgment, just feel it. And so what are we going to do these next 24 hours? You're going to first bring awareness to an emotion. That emotion that you want to work on. And when it happens, you're going to orient to the present moment, however feels juiciest to you. And you're going to notice what happens to that emotion when you're doing that. This is likely what will happen is your body and your mind and your emotions will deactivate. We don't want them deactivate all the way because we still want to work with it, but it'll start to deactivate. Feel it deactivate. I want you to witness that deactivation. That's what we're working on day 2. And tomorrow we will continue again. Bye, guys.